Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray and we are here to jump into episode 12 of Desire, the series. Sorry, we're getting to that point in the recordings where stuff starts to blur a little bit. Don't mean it's bad, but it just means that I start losing track of episode counts. Alright, so last episode we had the initial fallout from Shen Xiaoyu finding out the truth about Huang. He was also able to put the pieces together about Huang being the one that jumped him that night in the hotel. So he knows pretty much everything except that Huang is an enigma, because it doesn't even compute for him that enigmas are real. So he's just under the assumption that this guy is another S-tier alpha. He's about to be disabused of that notion because he was just kidnapped by his brother's goons, and Huang, who has low-key kind of been stalking him recently, trying to, weasel in and beg for forgiveness, yada yada yada, was positioned perfectly to see him being kidnapped. So now we ended the episode with a pursuit. Yeah, I think he's about to learn that this man is a whole enigma. The myth, the unicorn, Huang. Yeah, no, I kind of just want to watch it. Let's just get into the episode. Let's go. They're kind of comical. They were comical when they tried to kidnap Huang. That whole run. Goofy.
开车，别跟丢了。他们车里坐的是我的 L。
Damn. Oh God. And head wounds bleed a lot, by the way.
我们素未谋面，好像没什么过节吧？
I guess they weren't intending for him to wake up yet.
别跟我废话。
They were expecting to cut him up a little bit.
你没有第二条路可以选。
阉割？
Castrated? Yeah, he should be able to break out those ropes. Rip to y'all. They were really gonna castrate him, or did they mean that as like a euphemism for taking out his gland? Rip to y'all.
老子要你的命！你去死吧！
Cyanide is crazy, bro.
你是谁？怎么进来的？
Oh, that was crazy. What? He moved so fast that he was able to pick him up and clear him across the room.
你去死吧！
In a second. That was crazy. That was crazy.
你是谁？怎么进来的？
他是我的 Alpha， 想要他的命，
You don't remember him from the hotel?
你们算什么东西啊？
You don't remember trying to kidnap him?
3，
操，还在跳树的。
Because he don't want to do that. He want to just murder you. I kind of want him to kill him. But I guess he has to find out who they're working for. These Twilight ass effects. Hilarious. Love it.
枪法真烂，我就准备了2枚子弹，你没子弹了。
哦，
Guess I gotta beat you to death with
那
it
怎么
then.
办？
Like, why would you think that was gonna spare you? Like, he's just gonna beat you to death with the gun.
虽然很想你死，不过还是算了吧。氰化物是剧毒，打中一定会死。杀人是犯法的。佘先生那么善良，连我撒个谎他都能气成那样，肯定不会喜欢一个当着他的面行凶杀人的杀人犯吧。
I mean, you could kill behind his back, but I guess that'd defeat the purpose of being honest with him. No, you can't kill him behind his back. He has to be the arbiter of their fate. Okay. Sorry to pause so much there, but I just keep getting texted. It was my sister's birthday yesterday, so very active phone today.
本想留到婚后的，可现在不得不手续后补。
Oh, buddy.
盛先生，你中毒了，
It was
如果不饮酒掉
cyanide.
进
That's
的话，
fucking
就没
crazy.
法救你的命。你一定要原谅我， 不然
I think he's gonna still
我
be.
会因为伤心而发疯的。站着饭。
Oh, this is a new song from Eliot. He said, I want to get married first and then mark you. Fair. At least he wasn't planning on marking him. Well, I don't know that. Well, I was going to say, at least he wasn't planning on marking him and then telling him about being an enigma and telling and revealing himself. But he probably was going to wait until at least after they got closer to the marriage level, and then reveal who he was. Or stay by his side as an Omega forever, which is what he said. But he wasn't planning on marking him until they got married. But does that mean anything if you weren't planning to tell him the truth? Because he then would only propose to you to the lie. I don't know. It's tough. Tough. Anyway, let's keep going. Doesn't matter. You know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. This is the reality. Oh, not the mark on his cheek. Is that where the mark ends up? Like, obviously, I know in most Omegaverse fiction, what happens is that you bite the back of their neck, right? Because that's where usually the gland is. And the tropes of the genre is that, you know, it's like a permanent, there's like temporary marks and then there's permanent marks. And they're not going to show that. They're not going to show him, you know, pushing his head to the front and then taking a big old chunk out the back of his fucking neck. They're not going to show it. So this is what we're going to get. But I've never seen somebody have the mark totem appear on like the cheek or the face. Does that mean that you can't hide it? Like if something happens, somebody tries to use pheromones on them, does it light up and say, nope, I'm taken? Or does it only appear if he uses his pheromones? I mean, I wonder if this is an invention of the show just to have it, you know, as part of the show's world building, but is not in the original novel, because the original novel probably followed the usual Omegaverse lore with the back of the neck and everything. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I kind of want to see it again. It's interesting. I guess it's implying that he just bit him there. Are they gonna show it? It's him being overjoyed. I didn't want to do it this way, but I'm so happy. Oh, buddy. He's gonna wake up pissed. This is very early in the episode, too, so we about to definitely see the fallout. Ooh. Oh, this is a mess, y'all. Not as clear across the fucking city. They said this man is supernatural.
真可怜。
好难受。
Oh, this is
盛先生，
very dubious. Let's say that.
我是血统。
I mean, he's high off the mark and the pheromones, so it's still very dubious. But we here. Is it even a megaverse if it's not Dubcon?
你确定不讨厌我？
Terrible.
确定要理我了吗？
I mean, you're in the middle of sex, low-key. He's gonna say
你
whatever.
好烦，我讨厌骗子，讨厌疯子。
再一次，好不好？放松点，宝贝。乖。
Clothes still on? Alright. Couldn't wait. Alright. Well, that certainly happened.
谢谢秘书长关心我。
哎，高秘书，你怎么了？
Okay.
你这脸色不太好啊。
不好意思啊，我去一下洗手间。
哎，赶紧赶紧。
He's pregnant. He's pregnant! Sorry, it took me a second to remember I was in an Omegaverse story. He's pregnant. Feeling nauseous, wanting to throw up, always means somebody's pregnant.
高秘书，你没事吧？是吃坏东西肠胃炎了吗？
可能是。
我们家那个邻居 Omega 最近也吐得很厉害。
Oh.
不过啊，
What? Obviously, she brought this up so that he can think of, oh, maybe I'm pregnant, right? But that seems like such a random thing to say, my neighbor. Like, why didn't they just say, I remember when I used to blah, blah, and that was when I was first pregnant with my, first child, came out of nowhere. I think I would have believed her sharing that about herself more than sharing it about her neighbor. I know it's a weird thing to get hung up on, but it was such a strange segue for her to have.
她是孕早期，
But
有
obviously
咽
the
头反应。
purpose is to make
高
him
秘书，
think
你这
of
应该是急性肠胃炎吧？
potential
一定要
pregnancy.
重视起来啊！按时吃药，如果实在不舒服的话，
Oh, buddy. Oh, he took 2. Oh, buddy. I'm sorry. He said the one time I had sex and I got knocked up. Shimmering Line got shooters. Well, actually, no, it's more about the Omega,
高秘
right?
书，高秘书长，
Because Omegas are really fertile. So it's really just about Gao. Gao 2's eggs are swimming, baby. They floating. I don't know. I guess that's a good question. How does that work biologically? I mean, I know how in some stories it works biologically, but I wonder how it works in this story. Like, are all Omegas, like, intersex? Are they all, is it one of those scenarios where it's through the anal tract? Where does the uterus lie within the body? Well, I guess we'll find out. Well, we probably won't find out those details. Oh, God. Now he's waking up. He's like, I'm sure he remembers, but how does he feel? Oh, God.
几点了
12点半了。不过，盛先生已经睡了
2 days, huh? Was it because of the cyanide poisoning or because of the mark?
那2个绑匪呢？
送去警察局了。盛先生，你睡了超过24小时了，应该很渴吧？喝点水。
Yeah, I guess in the span of like a few hours, he got hit with elephant tranks, then hit with a cyanide bullet, beat upside the head, then marked, then fucked. Wow. A lot has happened to him in less than like 5 hours. And I'm being generous with that time span because I'm pretty sure that all happened within 2. That's fucking crazy.
你把人送去了警察局？
不过，盛先生不理我，才是我人生最大的难题。
诈骗犯就别装可怜了吧。
I know you are not the victim here.
真的很可怜
Well, not the victim of this situation. You might be a victim in other ways, but you're not a victim here. Okay? Because I know he's had a hard time when he was younger. We saw that.
我不是故意要骗你的。
骗就是骗，还分什么故意不故意？花勇，你处心积虑，步步为营，
Truly.
到底是想怎么样？所以骗我？
不是的，我没有想过要
I
骗你，
mean, what were you expecting?
只是盛先生喜欢的样子和我实在是差太多了。我没有骗你，盛先生。
What's it going to take for him to believe that he is not an alpha? Can you just say that you're an enigma? No, they have a name for it because we saw that in the news. We saw literally a news report in like the first episode about them positing that there's another gender out there called Enigma. And they named it or whatever. So he has a name for what he is. It's not one of those situations where he's like the first of his kind. And so, I guess that's a good point. Do we know if there are other enigmas? Like, obviously, the percentage is extremely low. So there's probably only like a handful, like maybe 20 in the world, something like that. It was very small, a percentage. But do we think Huang knows other enigmas, or does he think that he is the only one? Is he the first of his kind? Is he the first of a new emergence of gender? I'm actually super curious about that part, that aspect. But we only have like 4 more episodes after this, so I don't think we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of that kind of world building. Interesting. Okay.
哦，当欧米伽了是吧？
He's gonna have to see his totem on his cheek to believe him.
你不喜欢我撒谎，那我以后都不会再骗你了。
I've been hungry.
盛先生肚子饿了？
还好，不是很饿。
Sir, be serious. You haven't eaten in
我先
2
去洗澡。
days. Oh, he feeling it. Oh. He do be fucking him up. Holy shit! They've had sex twice, and he be fucking that shit up, rearranging his guts every time. Holy shit.
盛先生，还是我来帮
Maybe
你
it's
吧。
the tranquilizer. He's still coming down from the poison, the
如果我
cyanide
太失控
poisoning.
了，
Oh, no. No, he just confirmed it was him. Never mind. I was trying to give Maya the benefit of the doubt. Why is he always so rough? Use more lube, sir. I know he should be, theoretically, Sheng Xiaoyo should be, let's say, lubricating himself. Maybe it's not enough. Use lube. Go slower. Jesus. Prep him more.
盛先生，还是我来帮你吧。
He's also this is also he was a virgin before this, probably. He would never sleep with anybody else but Sheng Xiaoyo, so that makes sense to me. So I guess it's his first time having sex. He's only had sex twice in his life. So he's very inexperienced in that area. Although I feel like a perfectionist like him would read up on it, right? He would read up on it. He would study it, just like he learned how to cook, learned how to be an Omega. I feel like he's very meticulous.
都怪我太失控了。盛先生，你别总逞强。最后吃骨头的是你，心疼的是我，我们两败俱伤，多不划算。
The little waddle away. That's so. Oh God, and him smiling after. I hate him so much, y'all. Look at him, smug, trash.
Xing,
Throw the man out. This is a make or break question.
如果，我是说如果有个 Omega 将来怀了您的孩子，您会怎么办？
Omega 怀了我的孩子，
当然是打掉啊，不然呢？恶心都恶心死了。
哦，
高图，你找到那晚的 Omega 了？
没有，我就是随便问问。
能不能不要问这种无聊的问题？你又不是不知道，我讨厌 Omega。你还有别的事吗？
Okay, I'm gonna say something. It's Shyamalan's responsibility to learn how to be an adult and separate and get some fucking therapy for his trauma and be able to separate his past from his present and whatever beef he has with Omegas from literally every other Omega he's met, right? Like it's his responsibility as an adult to work on himself and to present someone to society who can live in that society, you know, instead of being emotional burden on everyone around him by being super prejudiced, right? But it also is Gao Tu's responsibility to be honest with this man. He cannot expect to get his true feelings about Gao Tu while lying to Shimonlan. Like, you can't expect Shimonlan to answer honestly, because Shimonlan is operating from a POV of, hey, that night in the hotel, I got roofied by Omega pheromones. And some tricky Omega, is trying to entrap me. He would consider being pregnant, an Omega, especially that Omega from that night, being pregnant as some kind of entrapment or some kind of, what's it called? Yeah, I think it's called baby trapping somebody, whatever. Like, he would consider that because that experience was not positive for him, because he doesn't really like Omegas and he felt like he was out of control, right? So he's going to respond differently to that question than if you had been honest from him from the jump about being an Omega. He might respond differently, but you're not giving him the chance to respond differently. And you're just making assumptions based off of partial information, I'm not saying that his prejudiced attitude isn't enough to give you the ick. It's enough to give me the ick. Because in general, I think he needs to work on his shit instead of spouting prejudice all over the place, right? But I think there's also there's definitely a level of responsibility on Gao Tu's part for lying this whole time and then asking him leading questions and then expecting certain responses, but you're not giving him all of the information that you should be giving him to get the response that you want, Like, to get his true, authentic opinion about what it means for you to be an Omega and what it means for you to be the Omega from the hotel. And thirdly, what it means for you to be the Omega from the hotel who's now pregnant with his child. Like, those are different fucking questions than what this supposition, it's just hypothetically, but hypothetically I could say anything. And we won't know the truth until I'm really in that situation. Like, everybody can sit there and be like, oh, if a mugger came up to me in an alley, I'd be able to kung fu chop my way out of the situation. And it's like, I'll become Captain America in that moment. No. But the reality is that you won't know that until you actually get mugged in an alley in New York. And then most people freeze or run. They don't fight. And if they do fight, they don't win. A lot of times when you fight in that situation, you just get killed. Okay? But you can't hypothetically go, what would you do if you got mugged? And then the guy goes, well, I would beat their ass. Yeah, that's a supposition. That's just imagination. Because next week he gets mugged and then he gets killed. Like, because we don't know what you really do. Like, that's all I'm saying. So it's like, but he also is afraid. Like, he has reason to not trust Shimonlan's answer, because there's been one consistent thing about Shimonlan this entire time, and it's that he hates Omegas. That's the only thing that we know about him. That's the most important thing that we know about that man, is that he hates Omegas. They have said it over and over and over ad nauseum, right? So I get why he's tentative around him about this, and he doesn't feel safe being his authentic, true self around him. But at the same time, if you're not being truthful with him, you can't expect truthful answers from him. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I was very long-winded, but I don't know. I just felt like saying it. Anyway, let's keep going.
您是不喜欢小孩子吗？
对，不喜欢。
可是强者 Omega 堕胎的话，
高图，
It's like, why are we
你
talking
非要
about
和我
this?
探讨 Omega 下载的问题是不是？
Right? Like, from his POV, it just
难
seems...
道
Oh, he's not gonna guess it.
你家那个动不动就发热的 Omega 肚子大了，要找你负责？
没有。
高图，
就算那个欧米伽真的大肚子了，你
He's
也
gonna
得
say
搞清楚到
the
底是谁的
the
人，
baby ain't
别
yours.
傻乎乎的被骗去负责。
Blah blah blah.
毕竟是动不动就会发热的东西，就算真的大肚子，
Here we go.
是谁的种还不一定呢。
沈总，请你不要总说一些侮辱欧米伽的话，这有违 ABO 平权协议的相关规定。
He said, "I'm about to quit, so I can finally say what I want to say." Say what you gonna say, sir.
怎么了，高图？你一个贝塔要叫欧米伽去告我？
No, it's because it's still bad. Yeah, he's made his decision right here in this moment. Whoop!
沈总，
This is why I'm quitting. He said, "You know what? You answered that poorly. This is why I'm quitting."
你要辞职？
Yeah.
是
高图，就因为我说的那个欧米伽几句，你就要跟我辞职？
He obviously had that
你脑
letter
子进水了
prepared.
吧？你知不知道自己在做什么？
我知道，沈总，我非常
It's time for something new. To be fair.
我的欧米伽怀孕了，
你说什么？
我得照顾她。
我就知道，高图，为了一个怀孕的欧米伽，你
You're leaving the company and me for a pregnant Omega? He feel like he the other woman. And it's like, you're the other woman to your imagination, sir. But like, obviously, he's been hesitating because he's like, oh, Gaotu's in a relationship. So I can't do anything about it except be an absolute unmitigated terror about Omegas. Oh, sir.
既然要离开公司，离开我，我是绝对不会同意的。你脑子落家里了吧？
I mean,
滚出去！回去给我想清楚。没想清楚之前，别来见我。
no, leave it on the floor and just leave. This response was absolutely the wrong way to take that. Yeah, just leave it on the ground. Not him begrudgingly allowing it.
吃饭，我要饿死了，我要吃饭。
Jesus.
放心吧，盛先生永远不会饿死。我很擅长回报盛先生的。
别，
你要怎么自己走出去啊？
Oh, buddy.
你以为是谁害的？
我道歉，都是我的错。盛先生惩罚我吧。
Not wrap
我会
my
为对手
hands.
下决
He actually did it.
我饿
Like he was a fucking child. That's crazy. Have we called into the office yet to let them know what has happened? Thanks for showcasing this cabinet. That's got to be so inconvenient if that breaks down. I hope there's a way to manually open that. Can you just lift it up yourself? Because what if you have a blackout, or what if it just stops fucking working? Does it have a manual release? I mean, it looks cool, but I feel like it could quickly become inconvenient. Rather than just having a regular cabinet. You can just open the doors on. Now I'm kind of loving it.
盛先生
I hate him.
流食对唤醒肠胃功能特别友好，你就喝一口嘛，好不好？
我讨厌喝酒。
Sir,
她的欧米伽怀孕了，她要去照顾人家，我能有什么办法？
I mean, you could get pregnant with his baby.
高拓，你要不还是
You always make the effort.
你能不能别
Not him not even being able to say the words alone in his office. Hilarious. Hilarious. Even with no one around to see it, he still can't deign to say the words. Fucking
要不还是
shit. He said, I can
你能
say
不能别
this. I can say it. And he can't.
除非沈总肯给我 HS 集团15%的股份，那我才会考虑继续留下来做。
15% of shares? I guess because he's trying to secure, like, he's saying that a little bit as a joke. Well, not as a joke, but a little bit as a joke. Well, maybe, yeah. A little bit as a joke. A little bit as something impossible. But he also, like, if he did do that, then it would basically secure an inheritance for the baby.
我开玩笑的。
没想到高秘书也会开玩笑了。
Is he going to actually draw up the transfer of 15% of the shares?
谁来挽留都不会改变。
Call your bestie. Come on, call your bestie.
哎，你听说没有啊？沈总同意了高秘书的离职申请，还把高秘书调去了综合行政办公室，让他去那里交接工作。
综合行政办公室，那个可跟我们不是一层啊。
盛少有肯见他了？
岂止是见，今天一大早，
老板就让人联系了婚礼策划，说是要尽快办一场让盛总满意的婚礼。
Is he
那让
putting
他
the
嫁过去。
cart before the horse here?
为爱作欧什么的，我看他挺合适的。
这对那个嘛来说，恐怕难度很大。
再怎么样，也不会比花勇学怎么掉眼泪难容易。
想当年，就因为盛少有喜欢会哭的 Omega， 他都快把屁国的心理专家看遍了，到最后也没学会怎么哭，就怀疑是自己的泪腺坏了，还跑去看了眼科。
老板为了盛总，确实吃了很多苦。
Not them making that. Oh, he suffered. No, he was just being fucking crazy. What? No, he was just like, all right, my disguise has to be perfect. I really have to fool him into thinking I'm an Omega, so we got to make this crying shit happen.
对了，
盛少游要的那款靶向药，以后不用我送了吧？你就让花勇直接给他。
It's him being genuinely happy
下
for
午区
his
里领导来
boss
视
for
察，
me.
安排了公关组苏森接待。盛总，打您电话没有接。
我比谁都清楚盛先生是 Alpha。
那就不要再说标记之类的蠢话了。
He's about to be. What's going to happen that makes him realize? Is he going to try and push up on somebody and realize that he can't get hard anymore? Except for with Huang or something like that? Is that what's going to happen? Like, is he going to go out to the club and then realize that he hates the smell of every other, pheromone in the room? Even if they're all Omegas?
可是
没什么可是，花友，我是个 Alpha， 怎么可能接受被另一个 Alpha 当做 Omega 来使用？
使用，盛先生，你怎么能使用这种明显带有歧视意味的词呢？况且，
整天待在江户垂帘听政，天高皇帝远的，小心哪天屁国的老窝被人端了都不知道。
盛先生，您这是在担心我啊？
少往自己脸上贴金。
3-year sabbatical is crazy.
如果真的有那么一天的话，那我就来投靠盛先生，然后吃你的，用你的，永远乖乖待在你身边，好不好？
Not him kind of liking it.
不好。
That hesitation was so funny. He said, "Oop." He said, "Hold on, that sounds good."
是你的，用你的，永远乖乖待在你身
Look
边。
at his face. He said, "No, wait."
不好。我最讨厌丧家之犬。
哦，是吗？盛先生喜欢赢家，那正好，我很擅长赢，而且永远不会输。
盛总，您还好吗？要不是常秘书给我发消息，我差点就报警了。
就是些皮肉伤，
Oh,
已经
he's
找家庭医
wearing
生处理
light
过，
colors today.
没什么大碍。
No shirt though.
怎么弄成这样？报警了吗？犯人在哪儿？
犯人已经被抓进了。
陈秘书，犯人已经就案了，
He
你不
said,
用担心。
"Absolutely fucking not."
华先生，
陈秘书真会办事，公司的安保系统一塌糊涂，盛先生被人绑架你也不知道。
行了，别在门口聊这些了。今天还有哪些行程安排？
Oh, buddy.
半小时后有个汇报会议。
I guess it's a good question. Does everybody else know that
Yeah,
he's the
something
leader of X Holding? Yeah, they do, because he came there. Yes.
你爸爸
with
这个月
gifts
的
and
药
whatnot.
花勇，你要威胁我？
No. He's gonna give you the medicine. Well, he can't trust that, right? He can't trust it. Yeah, what I was saying is that he can't trust that this isn't more lies and deceptions to manipulate. So I get why he's like, you know, because he feels like his whole life has been taken over by this man, which it has. Like, he's absolutely valid in that feeling because it's absolutely what has happened. And all of these things are a tool in his mind to control him, to manipulate him, yada, yada, yada. When is he going to realize that this man is an enigma? What is it going to take? I mean, Huang should have just said that to him. He should have just said, "I'm an enigma." Now, if he says, "I'm an enigma," and then Shen Xiaoyu doesn't believe him, that's one thing. But I feel like... I just feel like, you know, we need to be upfront at least about this and just say it. Especially now that you know that he's permanently marked. So there's nothing he can do about that. Like, it's a fucking done deal now, right? Which I guess from his point of view would be terrible. But like if he just say, "I'm not an alpha, I'm an enigma. That's why I can mark you," you know? And then if he doesn't believe you, if he still denies it, that's on him. But you've been honest, at least, you know? I don't know. But I think it's going to take him trying to canoodle up to another Omega and realize that he can't anymore. I think that's what it's going to take for him to finally believe. Or seeing the totem somehow. I guess that's a good question. I know that we see the totems and the pheromones. No, but they do, because he's literally talked about his totem. Like, he's literally said the words totem. That's where I got the word totem. It's from this show, from when he said you have a light totem, back when they were in the earthquake. So they see the glow on the hand of this perfectly drawn flower for everyone. So it must happen, like he must be able to see the one that's on him, on his cheek. Yeah, I think that's what's going to have to happen, is that he's just going to have to see it. See it to believe it. And he's in that stage where he wants to keep being angry and he wants to hate him, but he kind of doesn't. He's realizing that he kind of doesn't, that he actually kind of likes having him around again. And it's hard to tell, is he only feeling that way because of the permanent mark? Or would he, like, let's say the permanent mark never happened. At this point, would he be behaving the same way to Huang without it? You know, like, would he still be at a point where he's like, all right, I'm kind of done being angry and I kind of do enjoy your presence? or would he still be spitting mad? Like, it's hard to say what has been influenced by the recent mark and what is actually his genuine feeling, his genuine feelings about the situation. Certainly, though, the conversation about his dad's medicine was enough to make him really angry, because he turned around with serious anger in his face. Like, his whole face was different. So that's legitimate. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess, like I said, it's a done deal. Like, there's not anything anybody can do about it. And we'll never know. We'll never know if he would be able to naturally get Sheng Xiaoyu to forgive him, because now he's marked him permanently. So I guess that's a question. Maybe in this world, marks don't permanently or in any way alter somebody's moods. Maybe that's it. Maybe it doesn't matter that he's marked. It's just an external thing, but it doesn't actually affect your affection or mood or anything like that with somebody. It just probably makes sex better, right? And shows to the world that you're taken and prevents you from cheating. Well, it prevents you from enjoying cheating, I guess. Because I'm guessing you can still cheat. It's just not going to be enjoyable or pleasurable for you. But anyway, I guess that's the question. In this world, if you get a mark, does the mark cause you to have feelings for your mate? Or is it just a mark? Is it just a physical outward sign that you are taken permanently? And if we have the answer to that question, which one of it is, then we can determine, all right, is Xing Xiaoyu been influenced by the mark, or is he legitimately starting to kind of forgive him? Because he certainly was a little bit kind of forgiving. But he also doesn't know the full truth. So he's still got a little bit of, truth to spill out. We still have, ways to go. I guess that's a good question. Do I like the fact that they were forced into a situation where they had to be marked versus Huang actually having to earn back Sheng Xiaoyou's trust and forgiveness? There's a part of me that wishes that we had actually had him have to work for it. I guess same thing for him being revealed. Like, he was forced to be revealed because of the earthquake, Like, it was very hand of God, there. Like, hand of the author making this happen in order to progress the story, rather than it being something born from the characters, right? Like, we didn't get to a point where Huang, either Sheng Xiaoyu finds out the truth, or on his own, or Huang finally confesses in an emotional moment. Like, instead, it just was like, Deus Ex Machina. Like, we're revealing everything. And it was kind of the same here. We're gonna get, this one was a little less bad because at least we have set up the kidnapping in prior episodes. So, and the relationship between the two brothers, we've teed that up from almost the beginning. So it makes sense to me that it would culminate in this attempted kidnapping and murder storyline with that. And that would coincide with being forced to permanently mark him. So it's a little less, I don't want to say, it's a little less contrived because of that. But it still is not the choice of either of them to actually get to this point. Like, we didn't have to actually have Huang work to get back his trust and love and affection, and then have the two of them willingly enter into a marking and a marriage together, right? Like, instead, we keep shortcutting their relationship, which, it's fine. It's a way to tell this story, and that's okay. But I think I would have preferred actually seeing Huang really sweat. I feel like he hasn't been really sweating, except that maybe first immediate moment after he was found out. But I feel like everything else has been a little bit too easy for him, you know? Does that make sense? Like, I want something to really not work for him, you know? Like, I really wanted him to, like, have to grovel to get this man back and to, like, earn his trust again. Like, truly be fully, completely honest with him. Tell him the whole truth and just take them licks. Take them licks, you know? Like, I wish we'd gotten more tense moments in public. Like, hey, X Holdings is here and Shunfang Bio Corp is also here at this function. And they're, like, forced to interact with each other in public, even though they had this huge falling out in private. Like, I wanted scenes like that more. Where, and then it's just like, you know, hey, you gotta earn my trust back, not the other way around, you know? I don't know if we're getting enough of that. I would have enjoyed a little bit longer. Yeah, but anyway, we'll see where it goes. You know, we're locked in. We're only like 4 episodes from the end, so we're gonna finish this out, and I have been enjoying it. So, like, I've been enjoying this series, you know, given the givens, you know. I've not had too many complaints about the show, despite some, you know, moments, let's say, some goofy moments, let's say. But overall, I appreciate the way the show is leaning in to the Omegaverse aspect of it, and really just saying we're gonna tell this story straight, you know. So I've been enjoying that. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about Gaotu and Shimelan. Messy. A mess. Shimelan. That man is going to die alone. Even if him and Gaotu get together, I feel like he is going to take his stubbornness and his obtuseness to the grave. Even if they got married tomorrow, that man would be on his deathbed going, I wonder how I feel about Secretary Gaotu and his ex Omega. He's still going to be complaining about this ex Omega that this man does not have, even when he's on his deathbed. Like, why is he so... And he always just says absolutely the wrong thing to him every single time. Every single time. Foot and mouth disease. Needs to go see a therapist and get his shit together. Truly. Oh my God. Like, bare minimum, he needs to call Huang and be like, this is what's happening with me. I need help. But he can't ask for help from anybody, of course. So, Gaotu, like I said, he's not fully removed from responsibility for the situation that both of them find themselves in. He has lied to this man for like 15 years, over 10 years now. You have hidden a part of yourself from him. Very similar. He's very much a foil for Huang in that way. And so you can't expect honest answers out of this man when you're not giving him honest questions. You know? That's all I'm saying. I know I went on a whole rant early in the episode, but that's all I was saying. So he's decided to resign. He's gone ahead and pulled the trigger on that resignation letter that he's been kind of writing and rewriting, tearing up, putting in his drawer for quite a while now. And it's time. It's time. Because he's pregnant. He's preggers. What is he going to do with this baby? Like, you getting pregnant and then immediately quitting your job? Do you have savings? I hope he has savings. I feel like all of his money has been going to his sister, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. But does he have a job lined up? What are we going to do? I mean, you know, hey, sometimes you just make it work. I'm very curious to know what Gaotu is going to do from here on out. And are we going to see the pregnancy? Are we going to get like a whole episode of pregnant Gaotu? I would very much welcome I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know where that's going. I mean, obviously he's going to have the baby. He's going to have the baby. So we're going to have a baby running around. What's he going to name the baby? I know that baby's going to be cute because he's super cute. They're both, I mean, everybody in here is very handsome. So, you know that baby's going to be adorable. No, I'm excited for the next episode. Are we going to get like a period of him being pregnant and then he'll have the baby at the very end of the show or something like that? And then we'll get like a flash forward? Or are we going to jump? No, because they ended this episode in the middle of this man's sentence. So we're going to at least get a few minutes of the present in the next episode so he can finish his sentence. He can finish this conversation. But I wonder if we're going to like jump to him being like heavily pregnant. Or we might skip past the pregnancy and then he'll just have a baby, right? That could happen. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder what is going to make Shyamalan... Like, he just touched on the idea that maybe Huang was right. I do have a crush on Gaotu. And then he, of course, immediately dismisses it. Oh, he's crazy. You know? What is going to make this man realize his own feelings? And what is it going to take to realize exactly who the Omega from the hotel was? He's going to have to start trying to investigate himself or something and realize that Gaotu was hiding it from him this whole time. Like he hides everything, apparently. Oh, goodness. Yeah, no. All right. I think that's everything I want to say for this one. We are coming up on an hour and 20 minutes. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Going over to Patreon if you're interested in full length and early access to this show as well as other shows on my channel. I'm watching a bunch of stuff right now. Go ahead and check it out. All the first episodes of most of my shows are up on my free tier, so you can join the free tier and watch the first episode of almost anything that I put out. Only time I don't put it on the free tier is if I think it's not for general audiences. If I think it's a little too raunchy, let's say, for general audiences, then that's the only time I don't put it on the free tier. But everything else is. I think it's like, you know, most of it except for one show, you know. 4 minutes, that first episode was a fucking doozy. So that one didn't go on the free tier. That was crazy. If you watched 4 minutes, you know what I'm talking about. So we did not put that one on the free tier, but everything else that I have over there is the first episode is on the free tier. And then I have a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be starting soon. Like, I want to start Kimjira soon. I'm wrapping up the filming for Shine. I'm watching it as it airs, so that's going to wrap up in a couple of weeks. And then I have, obviously I'm watching Pit Babe Season 2. And then I just saw the announcement that Pooh Pavel's Gotta Save You from Death. That show is going to start premiering on October 31st for Halloween, of course. So I gotta watch Kimjira. I gotta watch that. I want to watch Queendom soon. What else? Only You. I gotta watch Only You. And I gotta watch second season of Chase a Game W and Ayaka's in Love with Hiroko. So all of those things are coming hopefully soon to wrap up this year. Can you believe we are almost at the end of 2025? 3 more months, y'all. Crazy, right? The whole year gone like that. So we're heading into 2026 with quite the library over on Patreon if you want to check it out. I put as much as I can on YouTube whenever I have time. So, you know, stay tuned on YouTube if you're only interested in that. It's totally okay. All right. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter.